Go.
Get ready, get set for the best movie and pop culture talk in the universe. It's the Good Brothers on Mercado Airwaves with your hosts, Alex Mercado and Mike Mercado.
Welcome back to another episode of the Good Brothers. I'm Alex, that's Mike. We are the Good Brothers, the co-host and co-host of the best podcast in the multiverse, in the universe, in the Spider-Verse, where Spider-Ham lives, but most of all in the Midwest. Say hi to the folks, Mike.
Hi, folks, Mike.
And Mike, we're going to talk about a lot of crazy things. Can I bungee a car with a wire and a mountain? Go.
Yes.
Duh. If Vin Diesel can, so can I.
Absolutely, and we have a lot because Vin Diesel's brother has been there the entire time.
Family.
We just couldn't see
Oh, I get it. John Cena reference. Who follows me on social media? We're not best friends.
We also finally have some soft release dates for Falcon and the Winter Soldier,
And Mandalorian.
WandaVision, Loki. We have some interesting news for Doctor Strange 2. We have some fallout from the big game, including the hips that don't lie from Shakira and J-Lo. But of course, Alex, good brother, it is maybe our favorite time of the year. We get to make our 2020 Oscar predictions. All that and so much more on this episode of The Good Brothers. But like every single episode, we kick things off by going to the movies.
Well, it's January, so that means Bad Boys is number one yet again.
And at number one in the box office is Bad Boys for Life,
good
bringing
for them.
another $17 million. I don't know if you listened to the last episode. I got to see Bad Boys for Life. Really, really fun
Yeah,
movie.
no,
Check
you
out
told
my
me.
review
We talked about that,
on
yeah.
the previous podcast.
That's good for. That's really, honestly, great for them. Great for the whole studio. Like, that's one of those round of applause all around for everyone involved because they took a month like January, ran with it, made a good, solid, if not great action movie that stood the test of time. And they're getting what they deserve, and that's awesome.
And don't ever say that Oscar nominations don't help a film for all you naysayers, because 1917 is at number 2 this week. This is 6th week in the theater, so shout out to 1917. At number 3, Doolittle. At 4, Gretel and Hansel, that opened up this week, so it didn't make
That's
anybody
another bust because you would have expected to open up at least number 2.
Number 5, Jumanji, The Next Level. At 6,
Good
The
movie.
Gentleman.
I caught it. Good movie.
Oh.
Yeah,
Number
very fun.
7, Star Wars Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker. At 8, Little Women, speaking of Oscar contenders. At 9, The Turning, in its second week, just going down the rabbit hole in that bad one. And at number 10, opening of past week, just a bummer, The Rhythm Section with Blake Lively.
I mean, you got to think we're not really getting another big movie when we talk about money in this section. So what, Birds of Prey, honestly?
Which you can spend your money on this coming weekend. And Good Brother, it's time to have our preview for the next installment in the DC universe. It is Harley Quinn and the Birds of Prey, and an extended title that I don't have time, nor do you want to listen to.
We're not
but
doing
all
that.
you need to know is the critics are loving it. It is exciting. She's a great actress.
It is
There's a lot of great
standalone. It
actors.
is a singular story. Ewan McGregor's Black Mass steals the show, apparently. Margot Robbie does no wrong. She's not only a very beautiful woman, she's one of the most talented actresses working today. And her being up for an Oscar almost every year she's in a film is kind of starting to really defy that. I'm very excited about this movie because I love, at this point, DC's hitting so hard on these solo movies that they're making their own new genre. Like when Marvel came out, we knew every movie, half the draw to a good Marvel movie is the connections. And DC decided to do the opposite of that and be like, we're going to live in the world and we'll drop a hint or two, but we're really making standalone films. And they've been on such a hot streak lately that they're kind of taking over as the number one of like, I'd rather see a good DC movie than maybe a Black Widow, honestly.
What I'm really interested to see, though, is how it plays out in the box office. I want to see what news comes out from Warner Brothers, from DC post-launch. Yeah, but here's the thing, though. You have an actress that is nominated for an Academy Award that's going to be this weekend, the same weekend as this release. Obviously, you have Joaquin Phoenix that probably is going to win the Academy Award. So we have a lot of good vibes going in the DC universe, and I'm really interested to see
They're
how
sitting pretty.
But I want to see when it comes out how it does But what news do we hear from it? What do we start seeing that gets put into action? Do we see
sequel?
Do we see a Suicide Squad 2 that, which obviously we're seeing with James Gunn? But like, yeah. So I'm wondering like where we're gonna be at post Birds of Prey debut.
I think it's all very positive. It's all a fun, positive outlook at this point.
Good brother, normally we stay within the movie universe on the big topics, but because this is the Oscar prediction special, you're going to have to earn that as our lovely listeners.
That's
that will be
that's Chapman.
So we still bring you some more of the goodies in the movie world, and that has to deal with Super Bowl Sunday's big trailer when it comes to movies. Fast 9. I talked about the trailer that was released last week, but we saw the
movie. They love releasing these mini movies and no one cares. People love it.
We have the Super Bowl trailer. I didn't get your thoughts about it last week. Now that you've had a week to see where they're going with Fast 9, we know the Hobbs and Shaw universe. What are you thinking about the Fast universe right now?
I mean, it's the Fast movies. Since Part 5, we've seen the direction they wanted to go in. Whether you agree with it or not, it's a successful direction. I'll admit, you and me are very much on the idiot side. I like them. I like crazy action. I liked Hobbs and Shaw with just nonsense. Like, there is room in modern cinema for these action-packed, dumb movies where Vin Diesel hangs off clips in a car, off a wire from a bridge, yelling family, fighting John Cena. He catches Michelle Rodriguez with a car. She'd have broken ribs. Like, she should be extremely hurt. And she bounces off like, oh, you caught me. Good catch, Dom. And it's like, you just got hit by a car. Like, you should be, like, I love the whole thing. Like, he's definitely got some CTE. He's definitely got some CTE issues, guys. Like, he's been in the head with a wrench like 7 times and punched by The Rock 11. Like,
what do you think about John Cena's involvement?
I think, actually, John Cena looks good.
Yeah.
I think I'd like to see him in a villain role like this. I think it's a little more fun. I think he looks like he belongs. I could see him fighting The Rock in these movies.
Yeah, I'm super excited. I'm really interested to see. We obviously got Justice for Han back, so like
Family.
so I'm interested to see how we play out with The Rock, with obviously John Cena, and how it all plays out with Jason Statham, with Han.
Wait,
with
you have Jason on your team? Didn't he kill me?
See. Exactly. So that was one of the big trailers that came out of Super Bowl Sunday. Some other big Top Gun, Maverick coming out.
Zone.
Just another trailer for Top
Gun.
It
looks so funny. It looks so good. I advise do what I did. Go back and watch the original to really get you hyped for it. I think it's hilarious where they always mention like, he's just such a screw up, but he's so good at his job. But like, he's okay being a screw up. He's okay not getting the promotion because he's a badass. Like, again, I think we're seeing a resurgence in these type of movies where they can be done a certain way that people are excited about. These nonstop action. They don't have to be the Joker. They don't have to be Roma. They can just be fun cinema.
And speaking of fun cinema, we also saw some other trailers this Super Bowl Sunday. We got Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Wandavision, and Loki in a brand new trailer for Disney Plus. We also got news about Mandalorian Season 2. All of this coming into at the end of this year in October of 2020. So
basically from really October, November, December, we'll get a release.
What did you think about Falcon and Winter Soldier?
It looks good. It looks fascinating. I like the way they're going to kind of approach it with him training. So it's definitely the one I'm least excited about, but I feel like it will steal the show just because they're such good actors.
The one I'm most excited about, WandaVision, looked
Loki
super fun. That trailer looks so much fun.
No, it looks. I think they're all going to be fantastic. I'm more excited for Loki just because Tom Hiddleston's my boy.
Yeah, and it's going to be interesting to see how they play with time travel and all the different multiverses.
This down. That was cool. Like the whole trailer was good. It was very smart putting all three together instead of trying to break it down. You're like, well, these 3 shows, like, remember Disney Plus you bought, and now you're kind of like, beside The Simpsons, there's not much there now that Mandalorian's done. Well, we're going to give you 4, including Mandalorian Season 2, 4 amazing shows at the end of this year, so, you know.
It's going to be exciting, and it's going to be exciting to see with Mandalorian coming to this year that 2020 at the end of it, at least from the middle.
Well, we had Bob Iger come out and basically say they're going to TV route. So Christian Harloff's been calling it forever now, and they're going to take a break from movies for quite a bit, and they're going to run with this TV model, which is good news if you like Mandalorian. It's also bad news if you like Mandalorian because now maybe we're going to get oversaturated on the TV side. Either way, you and me are big Star Wars fans. We can never have enough, so I'm pretty excited regardless.
I'm going to interject it here. It's not from Super Bowl weekend, But I don't think that we should just be spreading the news apart so much. So before we get into
our
the
damn show, we
performance
do what
of
we
halftime, Sam Raimi in talks to direct Doctor Strange 2, keeping on with the Marvel
MCU,
Disney, the Disney news. Fascinating. I'm super.
For those that
nobody
don't know
better.
names, necessarily, Sam Raimi did the original 3 Spider-Man, and 2 of those 3 movies still to this day are known as some of the best comic book films of all time. Part 2 arguably is one of the best, next to the Dark Knight conversation, best comic book film of all time. And the older Mike and me used to have this argument about 1 and 2 forever. A child in me likes 1 better because of the age I was, but the adult in me understands that 2 is a part of cinematic history, and that, again, compared to the Dark Knight, is probably one of the best comic book movies. Like, it's on a list of Logans and Dark Knights and Superman Part 1. Spider-Man 2 from Sam Raimi is right on that list of just, it changed comic book movies.
And I think beyond even comic book movies and the Spider-Man 2, and Spider-Man 3, some of his other movies, Drag Me to Hell, Army of Darkness, Evil Dead 2. Sam Raimi is a great director.
Yes.
He has his own style.
Especially when it comes to the weird horror
Don't
aspects.
just watch Spider-Man. Watch his other movies if you want to get a taste of what because I don't think Doctor Strange is going to be like Spider-Man.
No, I think the
movies.
tone they're going for is that, like you said, Drag Me to Hell. Like, these are the films to watch and be like, okay, put a little Spider-Man-esque in there where he can do a superhero with this horror aspect, which is what they've been saying they want to do with this Doctor Strange Part 2. I'm excited. I'm actually way more excited than you know me. I'm not a Doctor Strange fan. I think he works better in ensemble than his own movie. I think his movie is one of the more lackluster individual films. But this gets me twice as excited about anything Doctor Strange coming out of Sam Raimi.
And jumping back a little bit to Super Bowl 54, good brother, before we get to the halftime show that maybe stole the show other than that Kansas City offense, what did you think about the game?
Let's start from the beginning. I thought the Rock hype videos were fantastic.
Yeah, they were good.
I thought Demi Lovato crushed it.
She did great. She won a lot of people money.
I thought the game was good. I would have
game.
liked a little more scoring, but I can't complain.
This was my theory about the game. It was a good game, great at moments, never boring, which
Yeah,
makes it a good Super Bowl.
Yeah, it kept you interested just enough, and when you thought it would lose you, something would happen.
Yep.
Like I said, I would like maybe a touchdown each more or another drive each, but a nice 8 out of 10 solid game compared to years we've had. I thought the commercials were good, not great.
Yeah.
I know there was a lot of good and mediocre. There wasn't a lot of that stood out. I thought the Google one was extremely sad.
I thought it was really actually bad. I thought it was a very blatant play. It was not creative to me. You know what I thought was a very creative one? The Sam Elliott and
that was probably the one that stole the show.
Jason Momoa
Oh,
was a
I
great
love
one.
the Boston one with the Smart Pack.
Smart Pack. Hey, kid. Why
They
you
were
gotta be
good. They were
such a
good. Halftime show, I think, is the best
Spotty
halftime show we've seen in
We'll
a
get
very
into the
long
hat in a
time.
little bit. What did you...
Game was good. I liked the winners. I won a lot of money off Kansas City. I knew they would win. I'd been betting on Andy Reid for the last month and a half, so I'm very happy to see Kansas City win.
I had the final score 31-27 over the last few weeks, so I was actually pretty close to the score.
No, I think I was like 31-24. I was close, but I thought a little more scoring. Like I said, I had thought another drive each probably.
So yeah, I actually thought it was from start
Did you
to end.
have
It was
Kansas
a fun
City
season.
also?
Yeah. I thought from start
Okay,
to end,
good.
it was a wonderful Super Bowl Sunday.
Yeah.
I thought it was a wonderful,
Yeah,
and especially a week,
definitely that.
but especially 7 days post Kobe Bryant's death. Because the Super Bowl week was very much had damper of it.
Do you feel like they paid enough tribute to Kobe during the game? Because I personally think it's fine.
Yeah, I think
think yes,
Yeah.
I agree. But I do hear the voices out there saying it wasn't enough.
But there's a segment out there, and I don't blame them. There's a segment that thinks we should be celebrating 365 for the next 365 days.
Yeah.
So I get it. At some point, people are gonna move on.
Yeah.
When it comes to like everyday stuff.
Just,
but I
you
think
gotta.
I think Kobe's gotten a great amount of love and respect the last
and
few
it's still
weeks.
going.
And yeah,
They just retired his daughter's
But
jersey.
shout out to Patrick Mahomes. Shout out to Travis Kelce. Shout out to the Kansas City
WWE
Chiefs.
fans.
Andy
You
Reid.
gotta love
Kinda
bro
sucks that-
WWE fans.
It kind of sucks that George Kittle is the biggest of them and didn't win for San Francisco. Local guy. Jimmy
Yeah.
Garoppolo didn't win, so I'm a little
Travis
bummed for
Kelce
him.
loves him some wrestling.
Not
though.
as much as George Kittle.
Not as much as George Kittle, but
but like
I
you
do
said, wrestling
appreciate him wearing the belt all over when
and
his
maybe the
Trump
best
speeches.
quarterback in the NFL, winning.
Good old Tech boy, baby.
So, shout out to a wonderful Super Bowl. I can't wait to Super Bowl 55. So
The
we'll see.
XFL
starts this weekend, and we will be covering that on Sports from the
I
Couch.
hope you do.
Especially since they damn well are going to be bringing guests on this damn show. They will. XFL and Sports from the Couch will be working together. Speaking of working together, J-Lo and Shakira crushing the halftime show. you could check out next week's episode of Murder Mysteries and More. We really talk about the Hispanic and the division of all this. But politics and opinions aside, phenomenal halftime show.
It was a great show. They're both such good performers.
Yeah.
It killed last year and the year before and probably the last 5 years.
Robin Thicke and Maroon 5 got shit on by Shakira
and I like Maroon 5. We love Maroon 5.
And look, here's the thing. I'm all for Adam Levine. Dude, show off. If I was that shredded,
man,
are you kidding me?
I wouldn't wear a shirt either. I don't wear sleeves, and I just got big arms. If I had abs too, I wouldn't wear a shirt.
So donate them. Wonderful halftime show. Wonderful Super Bowl.
Good message. Wait, I love to see Mark Anthony and J-Lo's daughter. She has a beautiful voice. Like, not one of those, like, my daughter's talented, but it's like Pink's Child also, where you're like, no, their kid's like talented. Like, they're gonna be famous one day. Like, the daughter of Pink, daughter of J-Lo and Mark Anthony. Like, these people are actually like extremely talented children that are gonna carry on their parents' legacy.
And obviously, as Puerto Ricans, as Hispanics, it was amazing.
It was such a good representation for all Latinos, though. It's like good, the Southern America portion, the Central America, and then the good old Puerto Rican with Bad Bunny, and they brought reggaeton stars and the dancers they use. Like, again, we've always asked for more representation, and they did such a good job. You're in Miami.
Yes.
And people, I'm going to say it once, for my white people out there, it is a similar flag to the Cuban flag, but the difference is the color scheme is the American flag color scheme.
It's like saying...
I get
Italian
it. That one's
Spanish
confusing. I get that one.
Yeah, sure.
That is confusing because, it's the same flag with different color schemes, but Puerto Rican has the same color scheme as the American flag.
So to me, from start to finish, from commercials, halftime show, from the game, Super Bowl 54
and the Masked Singer
was a wonderful time, microcosm of best parts of sports and America.
It was a nice day. It's a nice 50-degree day. That always helps.
Here in the city of Chicago.
You can grill. Yeah. Like, we grilled deer steaks for me and my friends, so that's always fun. Masked Singer after, I'm going to tell you right now, people, if you sit down and watch 10 minutes, you're going to get addicted because it is the dumbest, most addicting show I've ever seen. I will never turn it on again because if I turn it on one more time, I am going to be trapped in this world.
This will be the last time. It
has to be, Mike. I have a problem. It's so good.
Super Bowl 54, one for the Bucs. Good, brother. We're getting so close to talking about bringing the gold home on Sunday. But some more gold is on the line that very Sunday that ends up being a jam-packed day because NXT takes over Portland this Sunday as part of the new order of pay-per-views. They're no longer the Saturday nights before.
That sucks for us. We're going to have to watch multiple screens.
So
really screwed us.
It kind of came really fast. Mm-hmm. Obviously, with WrestleMania, there's a lot of different talk about a lot of different shows.
Rumble.
So we'll just go into the cards, make our predictions, and see who wins with their own gold on this Sunday on this show. And we start off with Keith Lee versus Dominic Dijakovic for the NXT North American Championship.
Keith Lee.
Yeah. He's
banger. It's going to be a banger, but Keith Lee.
Dakota Kai versus Tegan Knox in a street fight.
Tegan Knox.
Dakota Kai. Adam Cole.
Baby.
Versus Tommaso Ciampa for the NXT Championship.
We're going to push this till WrestleMania. Something's going to happen.
Yeah, I agree. This is a WrestleMania.
Definitely a WrestleMania thing where you're going to put the belt on Ciampa. Like, you're not going to do
Cole
it now.
Walks away.
Cole, but obviously messed up finish.
The Undisputed Era, Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly versus the Broserweights, Matt Riddle and Pete Dunne for the NXT Tag Team Champion.
This is where I think it's weird because I think the Broserweights are going to win because I think we're seeing the fall of Undisputed. Because I think at WrestleMania weekend we get the last title drop, and then we're going to see the break of Undisputed starting WrestleMania till about SummerSlam.
I agree. The Broserweights win the title.
Okay, yeah. Like, we're starting to break them up now. Like, they had their year
Matt
run.
Riddle is going to turn heel on Pete Dunne.
Eventually.
Yeah. And I think
WrestleMania.
Matt Riddle and Pete Dunne will fight at WrestleMania weekend.
Yeah. It's all leading. It's all storyline.
Finn Balor versus Johnny Gargano. Balor.
They're
pushing him right now.
Yeah, Balor.
Johnny Gargano going to take over.
Johnny a little bit
it's going to be a great match. That's why you do it.
Balor's winning. Like, if you don't let you have to really put that rocket on Balor right now. Like, why wouldn't you? It's Finn Balor. Like, he's the first ever WWE Universal Champion. He's the demon. Like, unless he's fighting Bray the Fiend, like, you pretty much got to get him all the wins, right?
I would think so.
You would think so.
That's why I think Keith Lee's winning too. So
yeah, no, you have to. He's your future.
Rhea Ripley versus Bianca Belair for the NXT Women's Championship.
I think it's a messed up finish because we're going to get a triple threat with Charlotte Flair. At WrestleMania.
So that's my question. Is it Ripley, Belair, and Charlotte at WrestleMania?
I think so, and I think Bianca's going to beat them both.
No Candice LeRae in this card. No Shayna Baszler. No Io Shirai. Like
stacked women's division, man. NXT's got the most stacked women's division there is.
Which match are you most excited about for NXT TakeOver?
Keith Lee. Keith Lee's my boy. He's my favorite. I haven't been more excited about a wrestler probably since Roman Reigns was in the Shield.
Safest bet for best match of the night, though? Finn Balor, Johnny Gargano?
Yeah, I agree.
Really excited, though, for NXT Portland.
It's a nice card, a couple little surprises, hopefully. Velveteen Dream just came back. That's fun.
Yeah, I agree. And to me, this is the best. Put this on the laptop. Wow. On the big screen, we get to see who walks away with the Oscar.
May I have the envelope, please?
And the Oscar for Best Picture is presented to...
And the Oscar goes 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 to...
And the Oscar goes...
And the Oscar goes...
And the Oscar goes to...
The Oscar goes to...
The Oscar goes to...
And the Oscar goes to...
The Oscar goes to...
And the Oscar goes to...
And the Oscar goes to... And the Oscar goes to... Slumdog Millionaire...
An American in Paris...
Platoon...
Birdman...
Chariots of Fire...
Driving Miss Daisy... Forrest Gump...
From here to eternity...
Gigi...
Hamlet...
Gandhi...
Amadeus...
Tom Jones...
Ben-Hur... Braveheart...
American Beauty...
The Apartment... In the Heat of the Night... Midnight Cowboy... $1 Million Baby...
Oliver...
My Fair Lady...
One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest... Rain Man...
Patton...
Ordinary People...
Shakespeare in Love...
The English Patient...
Lawrence of Arabia...
West Side Story...
Martin...
No Country for Old Men...
You're supposed to say, and the Oscar goes to...
And the winner is...
The winner is... The winner is... The winner is... The winner is...
The winner is...
The winner is...
And the winner is...
The winner is...
The winner is...
And the winner is...
Chicago!
Dances with Wolves...
Terms of Endearment...
The Deer Hunter...
The Bridge on the River Kwai... Godfather... Godfather Part 2...
The Hurt Locker...
The Last Emperor...
The Silence of the Lambs...
The Sound of Music...
The Greatest Show on Earth...
The Artist...
Out of Africa...
The Sting...
On the Waterfront...
And the Oscar goes to...
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 The Oscar goes to...
And the Oscar goes to...
Gladiator...
Kramer versus Kramer...
The Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King...
Crash... Annie Hall...
The Departed...
Rocky... Unforgiven... The French Connection...
Argo...
Titanic...
Spotlight...
A Man Grows Season...
All the King's Men...
All About Eve...
Around the World... 80 Days...
The King's Speech...
Schindler's List...
12 Years a Slave... A Beautiful Mind... And the Oscar goes to...
And good, brother, it is finally time.
Ding, ding.
We get to, our version of a WrestleMania moment, our version of a Super Bowl moment, one of many throughout the year. But this one, a major show, one of the big four. We get to make our
For
predictions.
one shiny moment, it's playing in my head, by the way.
It is the Academy Award, the 92nd Academy Award. We make our predictions, and we will have these posted on social media Friday.
So I know we've kind of went back and forth. We're only doing the big ones pretty much as guesses.
Well, right now we will, and then we'll
write
down
the
the
rest.
rest.
So for the show, you're only going to hear probably the
major
big,
ones, yeah.
the very big ones, and we will have it written down on
All
the
of them.
Facebook
Totally.
for Sunday for costumes
Yes,
Okay.
all that.
Just so,
So,
everyone
yeah.
knows, in case they think we will touch every award though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No,
Yes.
we will touch
I
every
watched
award.
way too much
Yeah,
goddamn
yeah.
movies to not touch every award.
I, as of this recording, have only not seen one of the Academy Award nominated movies, and just because I haven't had it available to me, and I don't think it's going to win, I'll be honest with you, it's Little Women.
Through the dark web, Mike, I have seen.
I will
a
watch
lot of
it,
everything.
but I don't think it's going to win.
No, it won't win.
But I definitely want to see it before it happens.
Maybe some
but
costume
I just wanted to
ones.
put that disclaimer there.
Come in costumes.
Yeah, maybe. I just wanted to put that disclaimer there. So, let's get to it, good brother. And we start off with
Dun, 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 dun,
Best
dun, dun, dun.
Picture.
Damn, you want to start off Best Picture already?
You want to save that one?
No, let's go for it, because this is what we're going to disagree with the most.
All right, so you know what? Then let's go the opposite if you feel that way. And I will start us off with Best Animated Feature Film. How to Train Your Dragon: The Hidden World, I Lost My Body, Klaus, Missing Link, Toy Story 4.
I'm torn. I'm going to say Klaus.
I'm going Toy Story 4.
You're going Toy Story 4? If I had a runner-up, it would be Missing Link. But Klaus.
Best Adapted Screenplay. The Irishman, Jojo Rabbit, Joker, Little Women, The Two Popes.
What do you think?
I will go with The Irishman.
I'm going to go Joker.
Okay. Best Original Screenplay. Knives Out, Marriage Story, 1917, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, or Parasite.
Parasite.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Best Supporting Actor. Tom Hanks, Anthony Hopkins, Al Pacino, Joe Pesci, Brad Pitt. Brad Pitt.
So we agree?
Mm-hmm.
Brad Pitt? Okay.
Brad Pitt. Best Supporting Actress. Kathy Bates, Laura Dern, Scarlett Johansson, Florence Pugh, or Margot Robbie.
Again, Laura Dern. Correct?
Laura Dern.
See, the actors, I feel like you and me are going to be pretty much dead on.
Well, I think we'll stay the same right here because in Best Actor,
okay, it's Joaquin Phoenix.
Antonio Banderas,
It's Joaquin Phoenix.
Leonardo
It's
DiCaprio,
Joaquin Phoenix, Mike.
Adam Driver, Jonathan Price, and
Joaquin Phoenix.
So
I really
how
do
obvious
wish
is
it was
this one?
Adam Driver. It's so obvious, and it sucks because like
He's won
Adam
everything.
Driver really should. Like he's so good. But Joaquin Phoenix in Joker is definitely the best male lead. He leads the whole movie. Like, I agree.
Do you remember last year when I said Adam Driver was going to win Best Supporting Actor this year? Just as like a random
But you know
guess?
what? To be fair, though, I don't blame you because I could say that about next
That's
year,
what
and I
that's
could
the
totally
point.
be
That's-
right. Same with Robert Pattinson.
It's
You're
gonna be
like,
right at
if
some
I
point.
say it,
Yes.
or Christian Bale, like, I'm probably
At
going to
one
be
point, you'll be right.
almost be right. Yeah.
So maybe that'll be a tradition at one point we'll start doing after the award season.
I love that.
People who have not won, who we think should win
Adam
the next one.
Driver.
Yeah. Best Actress. To me, this one is another one that has a little wiggle room.
A little.
Cynthia Erivo for Harriet, Scarlett Johansson in Marriage Story, Saoirse Ronan for Little Women, Charlize Theron for Bombshell, Renee Zellweger for Judy.
I don't think there's a lot of room. I think it definitely is Renee Zellweger.
I think it's Renee Zellweger. The little room
Charlize
that I'm
Theron
talking-
would be the only one that would.
Scarlett Johansson in Marriage Story.
No, I think Charlize Theron would be your number two.
See, what's interesting is Scarlett Johansson, I think, is gonna
Her
get a lot of
role
her.
in JoJo should have been the one that they pushed.
But what's
heavily.
interesting is her votes are gonna split it.
Yeah.
People are gonna split her votes throughout the
Yep.
entire award, and I think that's what's gonna.
Yep. But no, I think it's Renee. Her role in that movie is beautiful, honestly.
So, this is the moment where I think a lot of what this pick goes into the next pick.
I think we're both confident, at
It's
least
gonna flip
making
between
our
those
vote.
guys.
I think we've had enough time to think of like, okay, I'm okay betting on this to bet on this. Yes.
Best Director: Martin Scorsese for The Irishman, Todd Phillips for Joker, Sam Mendes, 1917, Quentin Tarantino, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Bong Joon-ho for Parasite.
My boy Bong Joon-ho is winning Best Director and Best Foreign Film and Best Adapted Screenplay because he ain't winning Best Film, Mike. 1917 is winning Best Film. They're going to split it like they always do.
Bong Joon-ho wins Best Director.
You really think he's going to win everything? You think Hollywood's that?
That's-
You do. And you know they put out the statement that 17 of the voters have not seen Parasite that are voting for Best Director. So you're going to point that out to everyone. Just saying. How about this, Mike? I'm going to say it right now on the air. If Parasite wins all those awards, I'm going to be happy in one sense. That means Hollywood has finally taken the first turn that it's needed to for over 100 years. Do I think this is the year that Hollywood decides to change? Absolutely not. But if it does, we're not only might take the win because we're looking at the change of everything we work at right now, honestly. That's how big of a deal it would be if it wins everything, because it won't.
And it all determines on this category. Best Picture:
1917.
Ford v Ferrari,
Good movie.
The Irishman,
Good movie.
Jojo Rabbit,
Good movie.
Joker,
Good movie.
Little Woman,
Good movie.
Marriage Story,
Good movie.
1917,
Good movie.
Once Upon a Time in
Good
Hollywood,
movie.
and Parasite.
I'll give him this. There's not one movie in there that doesn't deserve to be in there.
Yeah, I mean, it's Best Picture.
But you know what? There's years, man. Come on, we have Crash, and that won.
It's not.
Let's
not
be
the
honest.
controversy is that Crash wasn't good.
I
that
saw
it won.
Moonlight. I'll be the one to call out Moonlight for what it is. It's an average movie. It's an art film, but all these movies are not only entertaining, they're very well done.
Why is 1917, in your opinion, going to win?
It's the best film. It is hands down the best film. If you're talking about the award is best film, not best ensemble cast, not best directed, it is what defines cinema. It is the prettiest film. It is the most gut-wrenching film. It's a film that's important, and they're all important. But 1917 defies cinema. This is what this award was made for, was movies like this.
Parasite is the best movie of 2019. It has the most character development. It has the tightest story. It has the most elements of suspense, of comedy, of drama.
Suspense? I mean, I agree,
Yes.
suspense, but we're talking about a war movie. I would assume 1917's got a lot of suspense also.
Yeah, I think Parasite did it better.
Okay. Opinions.
And Parasite has won most of the awards that
1917 has been on the last two, Pete, though, and the last one's to the writer.
The only thing that I'm questioning of the two major ones is Sam Mendes won the Directors Guild Award for Best Director. I think Parasite is almost a lock to win. It's a two-horse race, 1917 and Parasite.
Only two horses.
So I think it's Parasite.
If there was a third horse, who would you say it is? Once Upon a Time in Hollywood?
Yeah, probably either Once Upon a Time in Hollywood or The Irishman.
I'd say Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I feel like lengthwise, The Irishman just went way too long.
I noted, to me, once Taika Waititi didn't get a Best Director, I figured JoJo wasn't up there.
That sucks, though, because you know what? JoJo, had they done a better push for it, I think, it should have been up there more. Because it's a fantastic film.
I don't know where Joker would rank if we tallied up the votes.
I think you look back at it and you're like, Joker was a good movie with the performance of a century.
Yeah.
Because I've rewatched it. It's good. It's very good. It's not my favorite movie. It's probably not even my top 5 of the year after watching it again. Parasite's better. 1917's better. I like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood a little better. As the mob person, I like The Irishman better. There's a lot of superhero movies I like a little better. I'm just saying that beside Joaquin Phoenix, that movie definitely lacks a little bit in certain areas.
Yeah, I actually think out of all the movies that are for Best Picture, it's the weakest of Best Picture. No, Joker.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I think Joker is...
Ford vs. Ferrari is hands down better film.
Yeah. I think Ford vs. Ferrari is...
Here's the thing, Ford vs. Ferrari. It's very underrated because any other year, this is the favorite.
But I think
other year.
But I think the problem with Ford v. Ferrari is it's familiar names that we've seen over and over again that just isn't the same excitement as Parasite in 1917.
The excitement level. But again, those same names are why it's so good because they're so consistent.
But look at this though. Look at The Irishman, Ford v. Ferrari, Marriage Story, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Big name actors that we've seen over and over again that have been nominated for Academy Awards are really not even close to being the favorites. They're more the back burner of these Academy Award nominations. So I think that has a lot to do with it as familiar faces. But one more time, Best Adapted Screenplay, I went with The Irishman. Good Brother went with Joker. For Best Original Screenplay, I went with Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Good Brother went with Parasite.
And we both agree Parasite will win Best Foreign Film. That's
yes.
Which
you will be able to see those picks on the internet.
I just think it's funny because I think the only thing more sure than that is probably Joaquin Phoenix winning for Joker.
Both I and The Good Brother have Laura Dern winning Best Supporting Actress.
We completely agree on actors.
We both agree on Best Supporting Actor in Brad Pitt. Best Actress, we both went with Renee Zellweger. And for Best Actor, we both win Joaquin Phoenix.
That has not happened in 3 years.
Nope.
That we've agreed on now.
It comes down to films. Best Original Screenplay, Best Adapted Screenplay, Director, and Picture. Honestly, it really comes down to film.
It's probably going to come down to Best Picture. These little awards do add up.
Yeah.
Like, there have been years where you've won off little awards and I've won off, yeah, you won the big one, but I took these 3 little costume and music editing. And you're like, well, shit, the total ended up being
Here's the total.
I think maybe we should make Best Film a couple extra points.
We might change the rules. We'll find out.
We'll talk about it and we'll put it out there. But we're definitely going to make Best Picture 4 more because then it does get in a situation where we've both won off of. He got Best Picture, but Alex got 7 of the little awards, so technically Alex won. Same vice versa for Mike doing it sometimes. We're definitely going to find a point system for like some of these awards, I think, because I think that makes it a little more fun of, well, okay, he got Best Picture, but Alex got these 7 little ones. They should be closer still. Alex shouldn't win by 6 points.
Would you like to see, and here in the great United States, there's a lot of us who are degenerates and love to vote. Would you like to hear some of the odds to win Best Picture according to DraftKings?
Never tell me the odds, Mike.
So the favorite, would you like to take a guess? Who is the favorite to win Best Picture?
1917.
1917 at -250. You want to know what the second movie is? Parasite at +350. So
again, people, we're telling you, it's literally a 2.
It's a 2. Race. So I guess I have the one that has a dark horse when it comes to betting. So 1917,
which is funny because that just changed in the last week because of the last 2 award ceremonies, and it's shifting toward 1917 getting it. Because I'll be honest, when I said this a month ago, I was in the wrong. Mike would have been the one in the right. And it's funny how fast it shifts 2 weeks, kind of pointing out that like we really don't know. And it is a 2-movie race because now 2 weeks into it, Alex is on the more heavier side and Mike's on the more underdog side. A month ago, I was the crazy one and Mike was not. So it's funny that like it's down to 2 movies.
So this is from the Action Network, one of the most reputable betting column article,
Action guys,
all put together. This is what they put after. So I'll read you the odds and then I'll read the article that came with it. So the 2020 Oscar odds to win Best Picture. And this is on actionnetwork.com, according to DraftKings. 1917 at -250, Parasite at +350, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood at +800.
See, we got that one too.
Joker at +1200, The Irishman at +5000, Jojo Rabbit at +6600, Little Women at +10,000, Marriage Story at +10,000, and Ford v Ferrari at +25,000. And this is what they wrote, the passage. The World War I drama, 1917, is the clear favorite at -250 odds. Should bettors go chalk, or is there value with one of the underdogs? To find out, we turn to the predictions at GoldDerby.com. The Gold Derby's experts have been incredibly accurate at forecasting the outcome of award shows. According to Gold Derby, 1917 is a deserved favorite, with experts predicting the movie to win the award 57.1% of the time. However, at -250 odds, the implied probability of Sam Mendes' war film taking home the Oscar is 71.4%. There is no value on betting on 1917. Instead, bettors should take a chance on Parasite at +350. The movie's about a poor family who scheme to become employed by a much wealthier family. The dark comedy has grossed more than $160 million worldwide. Parasite has been making history. It was the first South Korean movie to win the Palme d'Or at Cannes Film Festival, and the first foreign language movie to win the Screen Actors Guild Award for Best Cast in a Motion Picture. The experts at Gold Derby think Parasite could make further history as the first foreign language film to win the Oscar for Best Picture. Parasite is projected to win the Oscar 25% of the time at 350 plus odds. The implied probability of victory is 22%. 1917 is the favorite. Don't be surprised if Parasite continues to make history on Sunday. So, like we've been saying, when we're the best damn podcast in the Midwest, in Chicago, in the universe, in the multiverse, in the galaxy, this is why.
Don't forget the Spider-Verse.
Because we have been on the pulse since day one.
Yeah.
We have been on it. And the guys at the Action Network have really solidified that because you and I were pretty damn close on the odds, too.
I just want to point out that if 1917 wins, I called this probably 7 months ago when the trailer came out.
Yeah.
Just so everyone knows. Like, I've been on 1917 from day one. Once I heard it was Sam Mendes and one shot, I was like, this is your Oscar movie. Like, and Parasite's the only movie to come since that I was like, man, you're making me really sweat this vote here. And I agree with them. If you're a bettor, the money is in Parasite because you have better odds and the percentages, and it's like a Cubs when they won the World Series. You're like, you don't have to believe in it, but betting wise, like, you're gonna make more money betting on it. And I completely agree with everything you just said.
So I'm actually super excited to get to the Academy Awards this Sunday. It's one of my favorite times of the year, and it's a time where you and I get to be competitive against each other, have some fun, and also involve the great audience of the Good Brothers. But Good Brother, that is it. We have made it It is Oscar Sunday, and we get to be one and all with the community as we come together to celebrate film, pop culture, and on next week's episode, one of us gets to gloat against the other.
War.
Follow him on Twitter at Mercado21, Alex on Instagram at Mercado2121. I'm on Twitter at Mike M Media, on Instagram at Mike Mercado Media. The show is on Good Brothers Pod. The network's on Mercado Airwaves. Like, rate, review, and shares wherever you get your favorite podcast. It helps us grow the brand at Mercado Airwaves. And you can support the network on a different level and help Alex's nasty habits by supporting us at patreon.com/Mercado Airwaves. Search us everywhere in the universe at Mercado Airwaves. You can find us. For the good brother himself, Alex Mercado.
Adios.
I'm Mike Mercado. We'll see you on the next episode of The Good Brothers here on the Mercado
Airwaves
Network.
1917 is the best movie of the year.
Enjoy the Oscar, friends.
Thanks for joining us here on The Good Brothers, here on Mercado Airwaves.
Hey guys, Mike here from Mercado Airwaves. We want to thank you so much for all the support you've given us here on the network. And if you want to see what we're up to outside of the station, please follow us all over social media. I'm on Twitter at Mike M Media and on Instagram at Mike Mercado Media. You can follow the good brother Alex Mercado on Twitter at Mercado21Alex and on Instagram at Mercado2121. The lovely Nicole Mancha's on all social media platforms at Typing When Tipsy. You can follow the network on Twitter at Mercado Airwaves, our pop culture show, The Good Brothers, on Twitter at Good Brothers Pod, our true crime shows on Instagram at Murder, Mysteries, and more, and of course, like us on Facebook at Mercado Airwaves. You can see all our videos on youtube.com/Mike Mercado 2333 or by searching Mercado Airwaves Network. We play video games on Twitch, twitch.tv/Mercado Airwaves Network, and of course, you can support our network by finding a tier just for you, whether you want early access, you want to be part of polls, you want to win contest prizes, by visiting us at patreon.com/Mercado Airwaves. And we really appreciate it wherever you get your favorite podcast to like, rate, review, and share us, and please spread the word. For the good brother, Alex Mercado, for the lovely Nicole Mancha, I'm Mike Mercado. We wish you a happy, healthy holiday season and an awesome new year. Hey guys, Mike here from Mercado Airwaves. We want to thank you so much for all the support you've given us here on the network. And if you want to see what we're up to outside of the station, please follow us all over social media. I'm on Twitter at Mike M Media and on Instagram at Mike Mercado Media. You can follow the good brother Alex Mercado on Twitter at Mercado21Alex and on Instagram at Mercado2121. The lovely Nicole Mancha's on all social media platforms at Typing When Tipsy. You can follow the network on Twitter at Mercado Airwaves, our pop culture show, The Good Brothers, on Twitter at Good Brothers Pod, our true crime shows on Instagram at Murder Mysteries and more, and of course, like us on Facebook at Mercado Airwaves. You can see all our videos on YouTube.com/Mike Mercado 2333 or by searching Mercado Airwaves Network. We play video games on Twitch, twitch.tv/Mercado Airwaves Network, and of course, you can support our network by finding a tier just for you, whether you want early access, you want to be part of polls, you want to win contest prizes, by visiting us at patreon.com/Mercado Airwaves. And we really appreciate it wherever you get your favorite podcast to like, rate, review, and share us, and please spread the word. For the good brother, Alex Mercado, for the lovely Nicole Mancha, I'm Mike Mercado. We wish you a happy, healthy holiday season and an awesome new year.